Family, friends, and community laid to rest one of the Porterville firefighters lost battling a library fire. A new plan to tackle California's homeless issue could cost hundreds of millions of dollars. And health code violations closed 2 local restaurants. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Good to have you with us for 17 News at noon. I'm Vanessa Dillon. Now, a procession is underway in Delano to honor Porterville Fire Captain Raymond Figueroa, who died in the line of duty last week with fellow firefighter Patrick Jones. Here's a live look at the burial currently underway at North Kern Cemetery District. Both men are being praised as heroes who died after they were trapped inside the Porterville Public Library while searching for possible survivors when the structure became engulfed with flames. Now, a funeral mass just wrapped up at St. Mary's of the Miraculous Medal Parish. Now we want to take you live with 17's Amber Frias, who joins us with a breakdown of this morning's emotional tribute. Good afternoon, Amber.
Since Raymond Figueroa's passing, his family tells us they've received overwhelming amounts of support from the community, and that showed here today. The church was at capacity, and even with the overflow seating they set up outside, there was still many people standing outside listening to the mass. There was friends, family, first responders. Those that we talked to say there was probably around 60 different agencies from across the state, including a fire station from Houston, Texas. Now, it was clear out here that Captain Figueroa was very loved and respected. Now, like we've been reporting to you, Raymond Figueroa is born and raised in Delano. Him, alongside firefighter Patrick Jones, died while searching for possible survivors who may have been trapped inside a fire that engulfed the Porterville City Library last week. Figueroa was from Delano, but he recently moved to Bakersfield. He had been working for the Porterville Fire Department for 13 years. His family described him as caring, determined, and hardworking. They said Figueroa died doing what he loved, and he will always be their hero.
It was a sad day for us as firefighters to lay to rest a couple of our fallen brothers, especially during an emergency incident where they went in to try to save lives. You feel the magnitude of what they were trying to achieve, and unfortunately paying the ultimate sacrifice, which we sign up for, but we never really hope it comes to fruition. And unfortunately, today is one of those days.
A series of road closures are in effect around the church and the cemetery up until 2 p.m. We have that information for you up on our website, KGET.com. And check back with us tonight at 5 because I will have a full wrap of today's memorial services. We're live from Delano, Amber Frias, 17 News.
Thank you so much, Amber. Homelessness is an issue we continue to cover for you on 17 News. And there's word this noon hour that Bakersfield Assemblyman Vince Fong has introduced a package of bills addressing the homeless crisis in California. One bill provides $750 million in state funding for supportive housing to get homeless individuals off the streets and into housing with tailored services. Another bill establishes a statewide database to better prioritize homeless programs and provide accountability. And the third bill expands Medi-Cal coverage for substance abuse treatment. Carlos Baldovinos, executive director of the mission at Kern, is applauding Fong's legislation. He says access to drug detoxification and rehabilitation programs for homeless individuals is critical. Louis Gill, CEO of the Bakersfield Homeless Center, said he supports Fong's efforts to provide services and housing to our most vulnerable citizens. Around the nation now, a divided Supreme Court rules the parents of a Mexican teen cannot sue the U.S. Border Patrol agent who killed their son. Sergio Hernandez died in Mexico in 2010, killed by a bullet the agent fired from the U.S. side of the border separating El Paso, Texas from Juarez, Mexico. Stories differ as to whether Hernandez, who was 15 at the time, was playing with friends or throwing rocks at the agent, Jesus Mesa Jr., when Mesa fired at Hernandez, killing him. Mexican prosecutors charged Mesa with murder, and the U.S. refused to extradite the agent, and Hernandez's parents sued. The court's conservative 5-member majority cities border security and international relations concerns in ruling against the parents. A group of Harvey Weinstein accusers react today to the former movie mogul being found guilty on 2 sexual assault charges. The group of silence breakers, mostly actresses, including Rosanna Arquette, held a press briefing today in Los Angeles. They stressed that yesterday's verdict by a New York City jury is a triumph for survivors everywhere. Jurors found Weinstein guilty on 2 charges, first-degree criminal sexual act and third-degree rape. He was acquitted of 3 other charges, 1 count of first-degree rape and 2 counts of predatory sexual assault.
In that the public is seeing that men, even a man as powerful and famous as Weinstein, will be held accountable for their abuse of women.
Weinstein is also facing a sex crimes case in Los Angeles where he's charged with raping 1 woman and sexually assaulting another in separate incidents on 2 consecutive days in 2013. Well, concerns are growing this morning for an older man who's been missing for 2 weeks. Here's a picture of him. That's 63-year-old Alan Turner. The sheriff's office says he hasn't been seen since February 10th. KCSO says Turner has mental health issues and can't care for himself. His last known location was Bakersfield, but KCSO did not say where. If you have any information, KCSO wants you to call them at 861-3110. 2 Bakersfield restaurants closed down yesterday because of health code violations. The Kern County Public Health Services Department gave the Village Grill in downtown Bakersfield a score of just 58%. Inspectors say the restaurant stayed open even though there was an active vermin infestation. They say the Village Grill will have to hire an exterminator to get rid of cockroaches before it can open again. India Bistro on Ming Avenue also closed yesterday. Inspectors pointed to a bacterial issue. They say the restaurant stayed open even when sewage overflowed into the facility. Also, the restaurant did not have an environmental health permit posted. Well, switching gears this afternoon, let's go ahead and check in with Kevin Charette, who is standing by at a local IHOP to give us a look at National Pancake Day and all the greatness that's going on. Hey, Kev.
Good morning, Vanessa. Yeah, we started bright and early this morning. We're at the Rosedale location. And look, my little buddy again. You met Carson this morning. He is still wide awake, looking right at the camera right now. Really what he wants is the microphone. It's full of color and it just attracts him. But I've also got Robin Woodward here with CMN. Today, a big day, and the turnout's been great.
Absolutely. We've had so much support from this community. Really appreciate everybody coming out to get their free pancakes, and they're all leaving donations too, so we love that.
And when we talk about donations, we talk about what the money goes towards. And for every dollar, I actually heard you on the radio earlier today, for every dollar, it helps to even buy little preemie diapers.
Yes, so you want to show what a regular diaper looks like?
Here's a regular diaper. If that's regular.
Micro preemie diaper.
And that's a micro, so look at the difference. And so you say every dollar that somebody donates can help buy a preemie diaper.
2 preemie diapers.
2 preemie diapers.
So every dollar truly does make a difference.
And this is so important to have the money stay right here locally. You know, we don't want these kids to have to go north or south. We should be able to treat our kids right here in Bakersfield, right here in Kern County. And with folks coming out and get that short stack today, it's free, but make that donation. It really goes a long way.
Truly, truly. And, you know, our goal here is just to change kids' health. That's truly going to change the future. That's what we believe. And 95% of the patients that are admitted to our hospitals stay here for treatment.
And if you're wondering about Carson here, he was actually a preemie. I think he weighed like 2 pounds when he was born. And look at him now. He's a healthy little boy, and he was able to get treatment right here in Bakersfield. And that's what this is all about. And that's why we want you guys to come out and support this today. We will be here until 7 o'clock tonight. All the IHOP locations around Bakersfield are a part of this, including Delano. They're on board this year as well. So come on out, support little guys like Carson and all the kids here in Kern County. It's easy. You're going to come to IHOP, you're going to get a free short stack, and on the way out, you make a donation, you'll hear a bell ring, and you've made a big difference right here in our community. I've got a lot more coming your way in terms of the forecast looking outside. A beautiful start to the afternoon, and we're going to be looking at temperatures near 80 the rest of the week. That's coming up. We'll send it back to you, Vanessa.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, downtown Bakersfield will soon get a new cultural arts and learning center thanks to the Dolores Huerta Foundation. The $20 million project will occupy an entire city block just north of the Fox Theater. The Dolores Huerta Peace and Justice Center will have classrooms for art, dance, music, and other activities, plus a 20,000 square foot amphitheater, a daycare with 2 classrooms and a playground, and a new self-help federal credit union branch. Foundation's executive director says the fundraising effort has already reached 5% of its goal, and a ceremonial groundbreaking is planned for this April. The grand opening is set for October of 2021. Tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, so if you're looking to get ashes but can't make it to church, here's where you can receive them before going to work. Tomorrow, a pastor from Emmanuel Lutheran Church will be at the Downtown Government Center on L Street. You can drive by and get ashes and a blessing on your way to work starting at 7:30. This is the 10th year the church has offered ashes to people on their way to work. If you've heard about the high-speed rail project but you're not completely sure what's going on, you can head over to Wasco tonight. There's a community meeting happening at the Wasco Community Center to help explain the high-speed rail project. Specifically, the meeting will cover the impact construction might have on people. You'll also have the chance to ask any of your own questions. That's happening tonight at 5:30 at the Wasco Community Center located at 1202 Poplar Avenue. Well, coming up, do you find yourself getting anxious over your child's food allergies? Turns out it may only make things worse for them. What a new study shows just ahead. Your 17 Health Watch after this. Welcome back. In your 17 Health Watch, children with food allergies often worry about having a severe reaction and the epi needle and even participating in oral food challenges. But their parents' attitude can make all the difference. Researchers surveyed 6 doctors who treat children with severe food allergies. They found when parents were anxious, they transferred those fears to their children. However, children were less afraid when their parents were more informed. Allergists suggest parents use confident phrases like, "we'll get through this," rather than expressing their own anxieties. A new study suggests women over the age of 75 may not benefit from regular mammograms. Harvard researchers compared the outcomes of continuing versus stopping yearly screenings in older women. They found continued mammograms slightly reduce the risk of breast cancer death in women between 70 and 74. But there was no such benefit in women of 75 or older. Regardless of age, women were less likely to undergo aggressive treatments for breast cancer if they continued screening. Well, switching gears, let's take a look at our weather forecast and also check in with Kevin, who is live at a local IHOP to tell us all about some of the benefits of National Pancake Day today. Hey, Kev.
Good afternoon, Vanessa. Yeah, we're back out here live at the IHOP on Rosedale, and it is packed. People are really taking advantage of the free stack of pancakes, but better yet, helping out Children's Miracle Network right here in Bakersfield and Kern County. So important to keep our kids here getting the treatment they need, and they can only do that with the community support. And we know Bakersfield, when you say there's a need, people come out, and we're seeing that exactly today. And you couldn't ask for a better day weather-wise for coming out and getting that free stack. Clear skies out there. We've got upper 50s right now in Bakersfield, currently 59 degrees, and we're going to be into the 70s as we progress into the afternoon. We've got a light wind right now out of Tehachapi, out of the southeast at 18, and again, temperature starting to warm up around the area. Tehachapi currently in the upper 50s, and you can see around the state today, we'll be right near 67 in the Bay Area, 71 currently in Bakersfield. Map's got a little switched off here. 71 in Bakersfield, 74 in Los Angeles right now, and they're going to be on their way up to 80 degrees this afternoon. Now, overnight, we were at 45 degrees, as you can see, and we're right on track with normal. So far, today's high 71, so we're already above that normal for this time of year. As we take a look at the air quality, we'll be moderate with an AQI at 59 this afternoon, and no burning unless you are registered. And as we take a look at the local satellite and radar, you can see nothing to show you, and that's the way it's going to be through the end of the week. And you can see the regional view here, also around the state, nice and clear. No watches and warnings now, and you can see our Futurecast model will change as we round out the work with some clouds, and model still coming into agreement with any type of rain, and it keeps pulling back, so that's something we'll have to watch for Sunday and into our Monday. And you can see here on our Futurecast model, we are only expecting, if we see it through Sunday, about 0.03 of an inch. But for today, expect lots of sunshine around the area. Look at the high temperature, and we're looking at, actually, we're having a little bit of an issue here with our weather graphics. So we are going to kind of skip over this. I wish we could see 79 degrees today, but that is not going to be happening as we come out here live. But I will tell you, I expect to see temperatures today right around 74 degrees, and then by the mid part of the week, we expect to see those temperatures right near 80. Now, we are also going to be looking at a chance of some rain coming into the forecast Sunday and into Monday time frame. But again, the models are kind of all over the place with that. I think we'll see light amounts. The one thing we'll have to watch for is seeing those snow levels drop as well Sunday and into Monday. They could hover right around 4,500 feet. So if that does happen, we may see some snow flurries into the mountains. But again, that's something we'll have to watch day by day here to see if that materializes. But that's kind of the forecast in a nutshell. Even though our graphics are not cooperating with me this afternoon, it is just going to be beautiful the next few days. So get out, enjoy the weather. A lot of the trees are starting to bloom as well, so it's just a beautiful time of year all around Kern County. And again, if you want to get that short stack and you want to support the Children's Miracle Network, today is the day to do it. You can go to any local IHOP here until 7 o'clock tonight, get that short stack, but please don't forget to make that donation as you go outside the door. We're going to send it back to you, Vanessa. Beautiful day out here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Kevin. Well, it looks like Netflix wants to keep you around for the long haul. Coming up, how they plan to keep their customers from switching over to another streaming service.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back. Netflix is trying to make it easier for you to keep up with what everyone is watching by introducing a top 10 row to the homepage. It'll be updated daily with the most popular titles from your home country. It'll also change depending on how relevant shows and movies are to your own interests. Netflix says subscribers can get an even better sense of what's trending by clicking on individual tabs to get top 10 lists for each category. Well, have you ever heard of radon? Maybe your realtor recommended you're testing for it before buying your home. Well, the gas can be extremely dangerous, and the worst part, it's almost impossible to spot. Jessica Haberly takes a look at this silent danger and shares some tips on how to test for it and what to do if high levels are found in your home.
Some dangers don't hide. They announce themselves. Others never make a peep.
You don't smell it. You don't see it. But I thought it had to have some kind of effects.
Linda Miller of St. Clairsville found this silent danger after doing some investigating in her own home.
It started probably about a year or so ago when I started having some issues with sinuses and headaches.
She and her husband started testing for everything they could think of, and they hit on radon.
I didn't know radon even existed until I got online and looked, and then it said, you need to check this.
Radon is a naturally occurring invisible radioactive gas that seeps into buildings from the surrounding soil. Well water may also be a source of radon in some cases. According to the EPA, radon in indoor air doesn't have any immediate health effects, but it's responsible for about 21,000 lung cancer deaths every year.
These homeowners on this particular case were very smart and very wise to think radon.
Mark Bonar of Radon Solutions of West Virginia found elevated levels of radon in the Miller's home, then installed a radon reduction system.
The best time to test, your highest levels are going to be in the middle of winter.
The time to test is now. You can hire a professional or buy an over-the-counter test at a hardware store. Testing is suggested every 2 years. And while it may be easy to put off, those dealing with radon say that's not worth the risk.
And I would encourage any homeowner to get this checked and see where your radon level is at.
Well, Disneyland fans, listen up. The theme park is adding new items to its food menu. A look at what you can look forward to during your next visit. Entertainment news after this. In your 17 entertainment news, now Disney is expanding plant-based menu options across Disney theme parks, resorts, and cruise ships. And it has struck with a deal that's impossible for foods to make that happen. The company makes plant-based meat meant to look, taste, and cook like the real thing. And the partnership makes impossible the preferred plant-based burger of Walt Disney World Resort, Disneyland Resort, and Disney Cruise Line. Disney chose Impossible Foods over rivals such as Beyond Meat. The deal doesn't necessarily mean that the Impossible Burger will be served at all Disney restaurants. Impossible Foods says it's not a top-down decision by Disney to force every chef to use its products, but it is an endorsement. Well, from beads and parade floats to booze and Bourbon Street, New Orleans knows how to throw a great party before the Christian Lenten season begins. Camila Bernal is in New Orleans with a look at the event this city waits all year long for.
It's like Christmas for New Orleans.
Mardi Gras marking the last day of the carnival season.
It's hard to imagine how much people look forward to the parade every year and how much people look forward to Mardi Gras. And you want to make it worth their while.
And to make it worthwhile, the crews have been preparing for months.
We've got sculptors and painters, seamstresses, jewelers, paper arts, a whole series of industries that really make this such a beautiful celebration.
It fuels the city's economy and guarantees a memorable time for the thousands that come to watch the parades.
I'ma take you to see the Zulu King in New Orleans at the Mardi Gras.
Tell me something! This year, a focus on sustainable and recyclable throws.
We have just tried to emphasize quality over quantity, go with more reusable items, and so we do have a lot of those this year.
A large portion of the beads will get recycled, highlighting just one of the many aspects already being planned for 2021.
So we already have designs for next year's parade ready to go, so the whole process starts over.
Reporting in New Orleans, I'm Camila Bernal. Back to you.
Well, when we return here at 17 News at noon, it looks like this big guy wandered away from home. How it nearly took a village to get this sea lion back to the ocean. You hear about dogs being found miles from home all the time, but an animal that deputies in Washington state found miles from its home is sure to surprise you. According to the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, this stellar sea lion was spotted on a county road Saturday, miles from the water. Now, state wildlife officials believe the 500-pound mammal took several wrong turns in a river and ended up in the wooded area. Because of its massive size, they had to wait until the next day to transport it. In the meantime, the sea lion kept venturing further inland. At one point, it was even in someone's driveway. Multiple agencies worked together and eventually got the wayward sea lion safely back home to the Columbian River. It swam away with an adventurous story to tell its sea lion buddies. Very cute. All right, that's all for us at 17 News at noon. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here for 17 News at 5. Have a great day.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app. In the spirit of the Golden Empire, 17 News.